Howdy, treasure seekers! Welcome to Unearthed Treasures, a special episode of Texas Marks the Spot, where we uncover hidden gems from Texas history. Today we're diving into a fascinating online mystery surrounding one of our previous episode subjects, Jim Bowie's silver mine. While researching the Lost San Saba mine, I came across a thread on treasurenet.com that caught my attention. A user named Mark, who was at one point the website's founding owner, shared his theories on the possible location of Bowie's legendary Cave of Silver. But just as things got interesting, Mark suddenly stopped responding, and not long after, he sold the website. Did he find something? Was he paid off to stay quiet? Or is this just another dead end in the search for lost Texas treasure? Join me as we go through the original forum discussion and unravel this modern-day mystery. This episode will be less edited than typical and will contain less music. I will post the link to the forum in the description so you can follow along if you like. July 20th, 2007. Jim Bowie's Cave of Silver. Mark. I learned about this legendary treasure when I was just 13, in 1975. It is one of the main reasons I created TreasureNet. I believe it is a storeroom of treasure, silver and some gold stashed in a cave in 1639 by Indians who revolted against oppressive Spaniards who forced them to work in silver mines in central Mexico. I believe I found the entrance to the cave this past January. Unfortunately, I've been unable to gain access to the site from the landowner and am so frustrated. I'm tempted to post the exact coordinates here at TreasureNet. Would that be encouraging illegal activity? LOL. Anyone have $5 mil I can borrow so I can just buy the land? Just kidding, sort of. Sigh, cry, Mark. Gypsy Heart, July 20th, 2007. Does the landowner know why you want access? I could sell all my rusty relics and donate the money for a share. That would give you at least $13.05 towards land. July 20th, 2007. Mark. LOL, I wrote to the owner a few weeks ago without too many details and haven't heard back. It's hard to believe 30 years of work can boil down to a yes or no from a stranger. Sigh, Mark. July 20th, 2007. Coin miner. Well, you might consider catching a flight and doing it in person, or contact one of the members there where the owner lives and talk them into going. Mitch. July 20th, 2007. Peg leg. Mark, have you thought about leasing the property? As far as I know, an American cannot purchase land in Mexico, but can lease it for 99 years. Later, peg leg. July 20th, 2007. Captain Jack. I can see why you wouldn't want to be too specific about why you want to gain access to land. Sure, you already thought of this, but it may be part of a farm of sorts, and I don't think anyone there would be too anxious to let someone possibly tear up their farm. Maybe you mentioned the prospect of lost valuables, but don't hint as to where they would be located. You could get somewhere. I would also mention that 30 years of research had led you there. Everyone has a dream of treasure falling into their lap. If you can strike that chord in the landowner's inner child, you should be a shoo-in. Good luck, man. I'd hate to hear you had to stand by. P.S. Just a thought. Maybe you could offer him or her money. How much is it worth for you to find out if you're right? Don't forget to consider whatever you offer is probably worth tenfold down there depending on what the current exchange rate is. Jeff. July 20th, 2007. Mark. For everyone's info, it's in Texas. July 20th, 2007. Rough and tough. Mr. Mark, one option you could offer the landowner and his wife lifetime rights to their house. Also include a few acres of property as well as enough bucks that will get their attention. If you need additional money, I probably could come up with a few G's. Maybe you could sell shares to interested individuals. Thanks, Rough and Tough. July 21st, 2007. Cut to the chase. I have some money. Maybe rent the area you're interested in is a good idea. Creative ways of gaining access. Say you're staging a concert or a class field trip. I'm sure a few of us could be students. What kind of class? Well, a natural history class. Then stumble into the cave, make sure there's something there, and figure out how to reason with the man after that. Then you could offer him a substantial return for access and guarantee it. July 21st, 2007. Bean Man. Night Ops. No, not really, because that would go against my beliefs, but I have to admit I would be tempted. July 22nd, 2007. Bridge End Farm. Want me to come ask for you? I seem to have a way with people batting 1,000 anyway on asking and getting permission. July 26, 2007. Searcher. Mark. I live in Central/South Texas and know lots of people who know lots of people, etc. If I can be of assistance, please let me know, as I have wondered about this cave for years. I know of the location of one of Bowie's mines. Fairly public knowledge, though. I also still have the carved rock that I found that no one on the forum or anyone else can explain. Good hunting. July 26, 2007. Steve Snow. Mark, how did you gain permission to be on the property when you found the opening? It's a lot easier for a landowner to say no to a letter than it is in person. You need to sell yourself first, then follow up with a proposition. Everyone has their price. Steve. July 26, 2007. Mark. Thanks for the offers. I'm still unsure what to do about it. I'm planning another visit soon. Here is something nearby the site to whet your appetites. That's an earth in the middle, and searcher, this site is not publicly known. Just to point out here, I think he posted a photo, but it's no longer available. July 26, 2007. Searcher. Mark. Interesting. I believe you've posted this pic before. Certainly not the mine that I know of, though. The mine I referred to is well known. It's just off the highway a bit, and I used to be able to see the tailings from it till the brush grew over it. To Steve's now. Funny, had to laugh. Done the same kind of thing before myself. Searcher. July 27, 2007. Carolina Diggs. Mark, are the owners aware of your discovery? I agree with an earlier post. Try and lease the property. Go see them in person. Your handsome self will win them over. I want to invest in this project with you if you get the rights. July 28th, 2007. Mark. LOL. Well, someone would have to fly my butt out of the French Riviera first. Sigh. I'm hoping to do something in October. Contrary to what you recommended, I would scare them into submission with my ugly mug. LOL. Thanks, though. Anyway, I'm still terribly frustrated. I have no idea what I'm doing in this beautiful place away from my life's work/passion. Talk about ironies. July 29th, 2007. Kentucky Cash. Depending on how sure you are that something is there, and if you had time and money, you could rent a house in the area and acquaint yourself with this guy. Become fishing buds or some such. Get him interested in treasure and then tell him you know the whereabouts of something. Of course, you've already sent the guy a letter, so you would have to change your name. Or you might talk him into selling a certain spot of ground to build a new house. July 29th, 2007. Carolina Diggs. Frustrated. The French Riviera? Mark, I think I would take the Riviera any day over an old, musky, filled with silver and gold fortunes beyond imagination, cave. July 31st, 2007. A. Schulten. If it is on a farmland and might possibly involve crop damage, offer to pay for what the fair market share and perhaps a premium of what the grain grown there would have been worth, so that even if you did damage crops in the digging, they still get their price for it. Also, have a pre-written, hold harmless agreement to show them stating clearly that if you happen to injure, maim, or kill yourself on their property, that they are not liable for it. Explain it to them and explain that you are a treasure hunter and wish to look around. You don't have to get specific as to exactly what you're looking for, i.e. Captain Kidd's lost treasure, but can say, following up on rumors, etc., etc. Sometimes even offering to do additional work might get you access. I remember wanting to hunt a patch of land and told the homeowner, heck, I'll even mow your lawn for you. And he was more than happy. Oh, really? You got yourself a deal, Sonny. He was happy because he didn't have to mow the stuff. I was happy because with the grass at 3 inches instead of 2 feet, metal detecting would be a lot easier and yield much better goodies. There is no blanket answer to this. You have to schmooze them a bit. But most of all, be honest with them, be polite, and be sincere. People can pick up on that, and if you seem like a nice feller, they are much more willing to let you play than if you come across as a smug a-hole. Aaron. August 1st, 2007. Rough and Tough. Mr. Mark, you might consider joining the Texas Historical Society, if there is one, or whatever organization that's related to history to seek access to the property. Whatever organization that you become a member of will probably issue you a card or letter of intent to research history in Texas. Thanks, Rough and Tough. August 2nd, 2007. Morbius and Neo. Mark, thanks for sharing your story here with us. This is the single biggest obstacle to all of us. It's the difference between night and day. We get permission signed and it's happy days ahead. Get turned down, like here, it sounds like to me, and it is a long, gloomy night ahead to contemplate all the moments of dreaming of making the recovery, all shattered with a single response from a landowner. No. Treasure hunters of the past just went and did it, regardless what the owner said. Usually they never asked. I know firsthand your frustration, though none of my targets are so grandiose as yours. I'm just a working stiff with bills up the kazoo, federal and state governments garnishing over $1,200 a month for the foreseeable future. So Mark, do count your blessings, eh? Good luck with signature and permission. Sincerely, Stephen. August 2nd, 2007. Mark, I do count my blessings. I break it down into 2 columns, blessings/curses. I still want permission to open it, the cave. My dad used to have an embroidered piece of art on the wall that said, "Here is a test. If you think your mission on Earth is finished, if you're alive, it isn't." That pretty much sums it up for me. I will go down with this ship. A great Dido song. Mark. August 3rd, 2007. Peg Leg Looker. There's another way to project a deeper image. Get a hold of a paralegal and have them write up something that does not give away too much info and yet will allow your landowner to give his permission. Sometimes when things appear to be more legit when written by someone neutral. Just make sure you cover all your bases. I would then send it certified mail with a signature required. Give him a couple of weeks and then try to contact him again. It would show that you have integrity, honesty, and are willing to cut him in. Remember, a piece of pie is better than no pie at all. Spending that long and coming up short has got to drive one crazy, especially due to a simple yes. I also agree that a face-to-face is always better. When you see how someone reacts, you can always adjust the next question or statement. Hey, here's a thought. Maybe he already knows something. Have other treasure hunters hit him up already? Get into his head a little more and use what info he gives you and don't give up. But also don't become a nuisance. That's a fine line. Hope this helps a little. Keep me posted. PLL. August 6, 2007. Peg Leg. So you want to talk about caves? I'll give you something to think about. When I was in Oregon, I discovered a cave with ancient cave drawing in it. I actually went there for my son's graduation from college. In the meantime, I ran across a resort that was for sale in the mountains. The resort was the Flying M Ranch. This is when I discovered this cave. After research, I discovered the cave was home of the medicine man and there was a gold vein very close by. I recovered pottery. Some was broken and some was complete. I turned the complete pottery over to the local tribe and they told me what it was. They have been looking for this cave for a few hundred years and finally gave up. I thought I had a deal with a few backers from Chicago, but when it got down to putting the money up, they did not have the required amount. So much for backers. I even went so far as to get corporate sponsors that were willing to lease some log structure I planned to build for $100,000 a year for no less than 5 years. Oh, the Flying M Ranch has a small landing strip. You can check it out on the internet. I never mentioned that I have found this cave. Have you ever seen a one-legged man walking the mountain trails looking for something? I outwalked my son, Peg Leg. August 23rd, 2007. Tommy. Hi, Mark. So if one was to approach said landowner and offered their services for, let's say, work-related activities around the landowner's land, then one could freely do what one wants, and no one can ask why one would be on the landowner's land. Therefore, one could find said cave and find a way to transfer one's goodies away. September 19th, 2007. Wireless World Inc. Tell the owners you are a nature photographer and would like to take pictures of plants and wildlife for your portfolio, that you need to camp out at least a week to set up motion cameras to catch the wildlife in their natural habitat. Also, let them know you will give them copies of all the pictures, so maybe you better brush up on your photography skills before going. If all else failed, that is what I would try. I would be a starving photographer. Good luck, Mary Ann. September 20th, 2007. Walker's Greyhound. I understand how you feel. I have a similar situation going no more than 100 miles southwest of you. The problem I have there is multiple owners of different properties and people have started trespassing on the properties to the extent that they have added no less than 10 new posted signs around the entrance to this gated neighborhood. Needless to say, this has left the property owners with a really bad taste for treasure hunters. Most of these people are not treasure hunters, but their actions have reflected on us. I do believe this to be a large cache of coins. I used to metal detect about 35 years ago and treasure hunt in North and East Texas, and have just started again. We were denied access to a property near Denton that we really believe Sam Bass had hidden his loot. I never would have realized there was something buried right under my nose. I wish you luck in your endeavor and hope to see that you have succeeded on the forum in the not too distant future. This is my first post, but not my last. I can feel the empathy for your endeavor. Briefcase Bob. September 20th, 2007. Devon version 1. Is the cave right next to their house? Assuming they've got lives, they can't be there all the time. If you stay near in a tent near the cave for a few days, I'm sure they'll go away for a few hours. I'd be willing to risk it. As a matter of fact, I may check it out. Caves always have more than one entrance, right? DV1. September 28th, 2007. Postal Revenant. I wish you luck on your continued attempt to find this treasure. Postal Revenant. October 12th, 2007. Day 45. Where you want to meet? I'll get it out. If you've contacted him, I'm sure he's looking for it himself. December 12th, 2007. Mark. I recently learned that the site I suspect the cave is on is being developed. I'm in the south of France and can do nothing about it. That sounds wonderful, I know, but I'm here under difficult circumstances. My non-wealthy French girlfriend was deported in 2005, so I deported myself. Anyway, who wants to go take a look? Number 1, you must read my personal story. And there's a link. Number 2, you must be able to get to San Antonio. Number 3, you must agree to take pictures and report back. Who's up to it? I will post coordinates publicly real soon, unless someone has some other idea. Send me a PM if you think I should keep things quiet. Very frustrated. Mark. December 12th, 2007. Kentucky Cash. I wouldn't go public. I'm sure you'll find someone in the area willing to do the legwork. December 12th, 2007. Mark. Thanks. I will be patient, but time is not on my side. December 12th, 2007. Goldwing Mike. Hey Mark, I'm willing to help if I can. I live just 50 miles from San Antonio. December 12th, 2007. Texas Drummer. Mark, I sent you a PM with info. I'm in San Antonio, and there's a lot of places being developed due to tremendous growth. I'm also an employee of one of the largest independent school districts in the state with ongoing permission to hunt anywhere on property owned, leased, or under development, which gives me approximately 400 square miles to look. I wish I could take advantage of that more than I do, but 3 kids, you know? Anyway, whatever I can do to assist, let me know. If it's within my power to do, I'll surely take the steps needed. Take care, Texas Drummer. December 12th, 2007. Expired. San Antonio is a little bit of a drive for me. I live in LaPorte, south of Texas. Anyways, if you want access to his land, if he's a farm owner or something of the likes, get a shotgun, hunting orange vest and hat, some camo, shells, and etc. Get a hunting license and check the regulations on that area and season. Ask him if you could check his property out for any quail/dove. 95% of the time, my dad's friend hasn't been turned down. Most of the people with a lot of acreage are pretty nice. Nathan. December 12th, 2007. Texas Dirt Fisher. I've got 2 pair of night vision goggles. Email me and let's go. P.S. Wouldn't be the first time I had to resort to this. December 28th, 2007. Rough and Tough. Mr. Mark, I agree. Please be patient. Rough and Tough. January 10th, 2008. Crazy Greek. Mark, when it comes to Texas, as you have learned the hard way, never give out any information that you are not prepared to part with on a permanent basis. Having said that, please don't give up. One of these days, you could just find the answers you're looking for when you do return to Texas. You've been asking the best way to approach the landowner. Maybe you have just hit on the answer. Tell the landowner what happened to you when you divulged the information you had to the bureaucrats. Most landowners know about taxes and the tax man and how they love to take. I'd be willing to bet that the current landowner just might be sympathetic to your cause, if for no other reason than to help one of the little guys, in this case, you, stand up to the system. I don't have an answer for you on how you would proceed to be deemed the owner of anything should you find the current laws in state of Texas when it comes to antiquities. Good luck and keep us posted. And if you ever do need any help, I don't live that far from San Antonio and sometimes do have a little free time on my hands. January 22nd, 2008. Joya Dorado. Mark, I live in San Marcos and grew up in San Antonio. I'm very familiar with the old Spanish mines near Llano and the hill country between Llano and San Antonio. I would be glad to help. You can contact me at redacted or call me at redacted. Jeff Sargent, CEO, Frontier Research. January 23rd, 2008. Mark. Very cool, Jeff. I should be in Texas in a month or so. I will keep you in mind, Mark. P.S. Very cool things you're working on there. Hiring? March 21st, 2008. Ocean Oso. If it is in the Llano area, I know 7 ranches, 30K acres plus. August 8th, 2008. Buffalo Bob. Mark, I recall a gold treasure site where many famous people were involved in financing. F. Lee Bailey was one. The gold was found by their group, but someone, the rumors are the U.S. government, got all the gold first. If you're serious about this, and if it is really, really valuable, you need to talk to people who understand the process and the problems involved. The landowner will probably sue even if you buy the land. Texas will be standing in line, as well as the IRS, and probably the Indians and Spain as well. It can be a huge can of worms that takes decades to resolve. A very knowledgeable group are the ones who discovered the Central America boat treasure. This won't be a secret for very long. Maybe get an attorney and make a deal with the landowner. Of course, he won't really need you unless only you can find the spot. The story would make a great book too, no matter what the outcome. Good luck, Mark. August 9th, 2008. Mark. Exactly why I'm sitting here in the south of France, a place I hate, with my deported girlfriend, but that's a whole nother chapter. It seems like a win-lose situation. I am at a loss for words, folks. Sorry. August 17th, 2008. Wit 459. Hi, Mark. Knowing the area where this place must be, I would say that the best way to get access would be to wait for hunting season, as this area depends on hunting leases for income, and inquire about a lease for one on 2 weeks, which would give you time to remove items without anyone knowing about it. The only way to do it in Texas if you want to take the profit without being tied up in court for the next 30 years. Just my take on the subject. Wit 459. December 3rd, 2008. Thrill of the Hunt. Mark, hope things have started to work out since you last posted on this thread. I'm from Fredericksburg, Texas, and have always been interested in the story of this mine/cave. If you need anything from me, just let me know. I'm friends with some very influential people in this area, and maybe I could be of some help. I wish you luck. Justin. February 27th, 2009. Hollywood. Whatever happened with your pursuit? I'm in San Antonio 3 times a week. March 13th, 2009. Bob123. Mark, I was wondering if you could cite some specific history for this mine. I've not heard of it, and as for Coin Miner, although it was 2 years ago, I agree with him. A person-to-person talk with this person will get you farther than writing letters, but it sounds like you don't have much of a choice. I hope something turns up. Bob. At this point, there is now a 12-year break in posting to this subject on the forum. June 22nd, 2021. Georgetown, Texas T. Hi, Mark. Just wondering whatever became of this. June 22nd, 2021. Treasure Hunter. Mark no longer owns TreasureNet and has not been on in 4 years. So what do you think? Did Mark stumble onto something big, or was it all just speculation? The mystery of Jim Bowie's silver mine continues to fuel the imagination of treasure hunters and history buffs alike. A huge thanks to TreasureNet.com and its community for preserving these discussions and keeping the spirit of discovery alive. If you want to read the thread for yourself, check out the link in the description. If you enjoyed this Unearthed Treasures episode, please let me know. And as always, keep exploring, keep questioning, and remember, Texas marks the spot.